All right, so here is our little aerial view of this week's grocery haul. And like I said, I'm just gonna kind of give you guys a little rundown of this, show you what I got, and give you a little breakdown of how I'm going to make this food last me throughout the week. So I guess I'm gonna start from just left to right here. And if you go all the way at the top left over here, we have my raw local honey, which I got from a bee farmer about 20 minutes away from my house. I actually have a few different connects for honey, but I really like this honey. I got like this big 5-pound bottle. It was like 55 or 60 bucks or so, but that'll last me a while. Next to it, I just have actually some store-bought, just organic Bulgarian plain yogurt. And typically I get most of my dairy products from this Miller's Biodiversity Farm right here. This is my raw butter, which I love. Dairy is obviously a touchy thing, and I think getting the best quality stuff you possibly can is going to be key in terms of its introduction. But this store-bought yogurt seems to be doing me really well. And actually, the place Miller's, where I get a lot of my dairy, some of their prices just went up, so I'm trying to save a little bit of money, and I just got that yogurt. But like I said, I ordered this in bulk too. I get this raw butter. I think just good quality grass-fed butter that you find at the store can do really well for a lot of you guys. Like I said, getting the best quality stuff you can, I think is very important. But with that said, I think there's some good store-bought options for butter. Not necessarily milk. I think it can be difficult to find store-bought milk that works for you, but generally speaking, I think most people are going to do really well just with a grass-fed butter. But next to that, we have our big old chuck roast. I'm going to split that with my girlfriend. And if you'll notice, my red meat actually this week is not grass-fed. I do, try to eat grass-fed, try to get the best quality stuff I possibly can. But sometimes, when the choice price is, 12 bucks per pound and the grass-fed is, $21 per pound, it's tough to spend that extra money all the time. But yeah, this week and you gotta understand, all animals are grass-fed. And just some of them obviously are at the end, they're fed grains, and you don't need to eat strictly grass-fed meat. Like I'm saying, I think the better quality stuff you eat, the better off you're definitely going to be. But, don't be afraid to, eat good quality meat as long as it's raised without added hormones or antibiotics. Just get some good quality stuff especially if you're in a pinch for money. It can be really difficult to afford grass-fed beef on a lot of the budgets these days. So then I have a couple New York strip steaks. So that's essentially 3 dinners for me right there. 3 red meat based dinners. I'll probably have some potatoes with that, some of the vegetables I got, just really standard dinners. And then above that, we have our pork chops. And I don't eat much pork whatsoever, but I was feeling it this week. There was a good deal right there, so I got a bunch of them for really, really cheap. So I'm gonna have some of that for dinner. I'm gonna use some of them throughout the week for lunch. I actually, in place of those pork chops, I typically get some kind of fish. Really big on salmon. I actually had some canned sardines for lunch today, so that was actually part of my grocery haul too. I just kind of already ate it. But like I said, I don't eat tons of pork. Some people don't necessarily do well with it. I do fine with it, but I generally, that is kind of displaced by fish in my more typical week of eating. Down here we have some chicken. So we have some chicken breasts that I'm gonna have for lunch, and then I have some chicken wings that are going to be one of my dinners throughout the week. This is another thing that's kind of unusual with this week. I try to, I eat a lot of ruminant animals. I eat a lot of beef for the most part. Red meat is kind of the number one caloric source for me in my diet on a lot of days, but I've been kind of playing around recently with just, the lean meat because it makes a nice, good packable lunch. I'll have it with an avocado. I'll have it with some potato, what have you. Sometimes I'll, you throw it. I love chicken, sweet potato, and honey. I think that is one of the greatest combinations. I have it at some point throughout the week. So some of my lunches, I'll probably have some, chicken, olive oil and avocado. I'll probably have some chicken, sweet potato, and honey for some of my lunches. Like I said, a lot of times I'll use beef for my lunches as well. It's higher calorie. I like to get a lot of my calories. from meat. But this week, I got chicken, and I did that last week as well. I'm kind of switching it up on myself. But we have this sauerkraut right here, just some good sauerkraut that the grocery store I go to has. I got this big old thing for just like $1. Yeah, it's like $1.08. I had some of that with my fish today. And sauerkraut's just a good thing to throw in there. Great probiotic food. You can really eat it with any kind of meat. I love having it with my fish. It's just kind of a good combo there. So as you can see, I have some probiotics in this grocery haul. I have the sauerkraut, and then I have the probiotic yogurt as well. And we have our eggs down here, 3 whole cartons of eggs. I've been eating a ton of eggs lately. Instead of, for a while, I was kind of eating 2 big meals a day, but I've kind of drifted over the last several months into a more kind of breakfast, lunch, dinner sort of thing. And then with 1 or 2 snacks throughout the day. So I'm eating, 4 to 5 times a day. And a lot of times when I eat eggs, I'll eat, 4 or 5 of them with some butter, with some potatoes, what have you. Sometimes I like to make a little smoothie with the honey, yogurt, frozen banana. And it's delicious. And I'll have that. I'll have some eggs. Kind of a weird little meal, but I love it. It's kind of just something I throw in. It's kind of a breakfast sort of thing. Over here we have our vegetables. So we have some broccoli and we have asparagus over there as well. Obviously, I'm not going to eat all of that. There's kind of a bunch of broccoli. Some of it's for my girlfriend. But just some good green vegetables to have with dinner. I'll, probably steam them or, I typically steam them, and then I kind of just mix them in with butter, make them real nice and buttery, maybe some pepper. Obviously, it's just nice to have some good green vegetables to have with your dinners. And some people might do better, lowering the amount of vegetables they have. I don't eat tons of vegetables, but, I do think I benefit from them, definitely, and I love throwing them in with my dinner. So I have those vegetables there. We have a bunch of potatoes, a couple sweet potatoes, a bunch of just Idaho potatoes here. I actually have a huge bag of these that's in my pantry over here. So I eat a lot of potatoes. I really do. A lot of nights for dinner, it'll be steak and potatoes. I'm kind of a steak and potatoes kind of guy. I'll have some potatoes for lunch. I'll have some for dinner. Potatoes are something that do work really well for me. And then in terms of the fruits, these Honeycrisp apples were on sale for 99 cents a pound. So I got this big old bag of them, and I had one this morning, and they were actually really, really good. Amazing. But I got some bananas as well. Like I said, I freeze some of them, make smoothies with them, and fruit's just a good snack that I'll have sometimes, throughout the day. Satisfy your sweet tooth, what have you. We have some blueberries here. Love berries. Sometimes in my smoothies, I'll throw some berries in there too. Give it a nice kind of blueberry-ish color. Really nice. So, and then last but not least, we have avocados. Got a couple avocados here. Like I said, I'll have those. I had one with my sardines today. I make this little sardine salad. I'm going to have probably one with some of the chicken for lunch. But yeah, that's about it. And I think this food is going to be, pretty solid in terms of lasting me throughout the week. All right, so that's all I got for you guys today. As usual, please reach out with questions. Leave comments below. And remember, this is not, a dogmatic thing. This may not be the grocery list for you, but I do think this is a great example of not only what I've been eating, but I do think it's something that can work for a lot of you guys. I think something similar to what I'm throwing together here can really work for a lot of you. So like I said, please reach out with questions. And as always, I'm going to leave a couple links below the video. Number 1, to watch my 4-pillar skin health reversal training, which outlines my 4-pillar system. So if you haven't watched that, click that link. Watch that training. And then I'm also going to leave a link for my coaching program so you guys can learn a little bit more about that and how to apply. So all I got. I'll talk to you guys later.